Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Banner Saga. So we just stopped in camp for a second to level up our heroes, and also because the game saves when you go in camp. Either way, we are getting out of here. And we are on our way to somewhere. I can't remember where. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far, you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. We've got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. Yeah, we need to keep everyone together. We can't stop, though. Alright, we're going to... I think we got enough supplies. I think we can slow down a little bit here. It's probably risking battle, but I think we'll be fine. Give the others a chance to find us. You tell us around you at the front. You beckon the stragglers to pick up their feet, eventually bringing the caravan back together. However, many curse the slower pace and the lost time. Morale declined. Shoot. Well, such is life. Oh, well, we made it to the Godstone, like, right after that, so... Far enough for today, I think, says Ivor. After a day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions beneath the Godstone of Hridvaldir. What are we doing, asks Rook. We just left our homes because suddenly there were dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it, says Ivor. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together, says Rook. That's you, Rook, says Ivor. What do we do if we run into more dredge? I feel like I know the answer to all these questions, or at least I know what Ivor's going to say to all of them. How am I supposed to do that? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright? Gods, Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. Humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. You're right. Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Feh, men are a plague on the world, worse than any dredge as far as I can tell, says Ivor. Chats like this are why we get along so well, Ivor, says Rook. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The Godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Hridvaldir looking the same direction as you. Yeah, let's inspect the stone. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings, out of habit more than anything else now that the gods are dead. Hridvaldir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually, the camp is broken down, and it's time to move on to Frostfeller. It feels like an end more than a start. Gained item Bjarken Rune. What does that do? Why am I forgetting? Oh, we can't camp, because we're right next to the Godstone, that's right. So we're just gonna... Because again, camping doesn't actually negatively affect anything when you do it. It's basically just a way to check your caravan's inventory. But I want to know what that item we just got does. It's level 2. Ooh, 15% dodge strength. That actually sounds like something we're gonna throw on my man Egil there. Try and keep him going. Keep him alive a little bit longer. Alright, and there's no real need to rest. Our morale is okay for the moment. It's gonna start dropping soon. I hope we're not more than a week's out from our next port of call. Oh, the caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. An inherent fear of strangers raises mutters from the caravan. What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting here for food when the dredge found our village, says the man. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. Alright, we'll allow them to join us for now. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Excellent. Oh, and we got some extra fighters, too. That's great. During a rest, one of the men gets too drunk and ends up splashing meat in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts. Many thrown fists and a broken bone later, the instigator, Raffensvarder, is tossed to the ground at your feet. Angry clansman looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. This is a tough one. I'm not sure. We don't want to dump morale too much. We're definitely laughing it off. Tying him up until he dries out might be worth it. I think we'll tie him up until he dries out. No, we'll coerce a public apology from him. Nothing too rough for the moment. Grabbing Raffensvarder's neck, you force him to look at the crowd. Apologize for this mess, you demand. The man babbles until you squeeze harder. Sorry, he yells repeatedly, even after you let him go. Folks shake their head, but leave the man alone. Our morale is bad. Alright, so we want to rest for a day to get morale back at this point. Try and keep our, there. Try and keep our morale at normal so we're not losing any willpower at the start of battles. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostfeller with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring up and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. Alright, so we got some village stuff. We could rest here, but it's probably not worth it. We have a teeny tiny little bit of renown to spend. I guess we may as well see what's at the market. More supplies would be good. What do we got? Plus will, minus aggro. Ooh. Ooh, that's actually, that could be valuable. Obsidian powder, knockback on strength greater than 4. Ooh, also interesting. Out of our price range, though, unfortunately. Oh, we can't afford any of these except for the knife, which looks useful, but I don't think it's for renown useful. I think we're better off just picking up a little bit of extra supplies here. There. Spend all renown on that, I guess. And then we can rest here for one day, bump our morale up, and probably just get out, because there's no one to talk to or anything. Keep on our way to Frostfeller. You're only just outside the village when two men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostfeller. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. The group shuts your mouth, Hogan, he screams. What's going on? Asks Rook. These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you've got here, says the town leader. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die, says Hogan. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Skoger, says Mogan. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert, says the town leader. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. There won't be anything to tend once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you've got two choices. Get back to work or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogan, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me, says Hogan. Mogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer, says Mogan. Oh, man, I don't want to, like, kill all the villagers, but town leader dude is definitely in the wrong here, and his people should probably leave the town. Oh, man. I don't want to fight the villagers, though. Alright, let's side with the brothers. See if we can get some more people to join us and maybe pull them away from the dredge, at least. Ivor steps forward. The thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. That's fine. Alette doesn't want to injure people, So I'm okay with her not being involved in this fight. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Get you guys out. Put our shield bros in the front. There we go. Not a bad party. Alright, we are actually in reasonably good shape here. Alright, so what do you guys do? Bloody Flail, Series of Strikes, each randomly attack, strength, or armor. Okay, you guys both have the same abilities. Mogan's a little bit stronger and less armored. Alright, so I need somebody to go deal with that archer. Oops, that's what I went to do. I might just have Oddleaf do that, honestly. Yeah, we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Send you guys out like this. You can be up here. There we go. We can fight these guys. 2 on. Yeah, wow, we actually have enough. Oh no, it's not quite 2 to 1. Oh well, we're fine. We got Ivor should be able to keep someone busy. Ivor can get up here, smack this dude for me real good. Oh, going for Egg Elf. Oof, rude. Alright, Egg Elf, you... Ah, he's too armored. Okay, you can't finish him off, but you can. Go over here so you get the shield bonus. And then just try and weaken his armor a little bit. Thank you. Okay, the archer is standing her ground and taking shots. Oof, that's actually a lot of damage. Alright, Hogan, let's go sort out this dude over here. And then I think... Actually, let's use Bloody Flail on this guy. There we go. That's a reasonable chunk of damage. Alright, this dude's coming over here to fight Ivor. Just fine by me. Ivor can more than hold his own. I'm just gonna keep Bloody Flailing this guy. There we go. Okay. Oof. A little bit of damage there. Alright, let's... Yeah, just move up to this girl, I guess. I don't think anyone's actually in range to shoot her. At least I'm not confident that anyone's in range to shoot her, so we're just gonna... focus on damaging her so that Oddleaf can do some hurt. Okay, yeah, Oddleaf actually does need to move. And unfortunately, she's not going to be able to kill this girl. Well, so that's not unfortunate, but... Just weaken her a bit so she doesn't do any more damage to Rook there. Alright, this guy needs to go away. Let's put some bricks in his armor. Ah, he's going for Egil. Oof. Alright, Egil, I think it's probably time for you to defend yourself a bit here. Oof. Some damage on that guy. Okay. Wear his armor down. Finish him off. Thank you. Great. Ah, the archer still gets another turn. Shoot. Wow, they're all going for Egil. This is exceptionally rude. Either way, we can finish this girl off now. And then Oddleaf can help us out. Try and get this guy, because he's going to go next. Not a lot of damage to do to him, unfortunately. Man, that Stonewall thing is working out for us. Alright, focus this guy. Nope, he's going for Rook instead. Oh, no, he's going for... Wow. Going for Ivor, of all people. Okay, should be able to... 80% chance to maybe finish this guy off. Come on. Yes! Great. Okay, just this last guy left. who is probably not long for this world, honestly. Actually. Just get rid of him. No kill like overkill. Hey, Ivor got promoted. Great. And we probably picked up some renown from that. Yeah, we got some renown. Also, we just, like, totally killed a bunch of people. The brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon, many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scanned around anxiously for Alette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually, you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and you soon set out again. So Alette does not like fighting people, is why she went missing. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distant since leaving the village. When you stop for rest, Oddleaf approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you, says Oddleaf. Oddleaf has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about, asks Rook. I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skogar, says Oddleaf. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? Asks Alette. It does look that way. Oh, then that means... You're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleaf has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you, says Rook. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who've lived in Skogar throughout the years, just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, says Alette, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why'd you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this, says Alette. Dredge, leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men? In the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. They would have killed others. I'm worried about why you disappeared. I had to make a hard choice, I guess. Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? I'm glad you don't want to kill people. Alette smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to, but do we have to? I know what you mean, says Rook. Yeah, I know. Dad, I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skogar is your burden now. Alright, and Oddleaf wants to talk to us. We can level up Ivor real quick. Yeah, which is great. We definitely want Ivor to be pretty strong. Alright, so for Ivor, we want armor. We actually just basically want tons of armor for Ivor at the moment. Alright, good. That's all our hero stuff sorted out. We're going to pull one of the brothers off for a bit. Throw Alette back in there. And then let's go have a word with Oddleaf. How are you doing, Odd? Asks Rook. I'm alright, replies Oddleaf. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? People look up to you, I guess, is the right answer. Although maybe is the right answer. I'm gonna go with 3. Oddleaf says, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. The options is just, I'm not sure if they would follow her. I don't know enough about her. I mean, it's the nice thing to say, I guess, but I would vouch for her. She seems okay. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. Yeah, alright, that seems like it. No, that doesn't seem like a good option. I'm entirely not sure what to say in this conversation. Sure, we'll go with that and see what happens. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've heard, or the sweetest. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to camp. Morale improved. Success. Alright, anybody else want to talk to me? Nope, but we got some extra renown, which just offset the cost of us leveling up Ivor, which is great. Our morale is fantastic, so we don't need to rest. We can just be on our merry way. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Yeah, we'll send them off with some extra supplies. They might bring us back some people. If that's all you're taking, you may never make it, you say. Grabbing a few items from a supply wagon, you strap the additional provisions to their backs. Search for family instead of food, you say with a smile. The men clasp wrists with you before departing. Alright, we lost 8 fighters and not enough supplies to make a day, so we're fine. But our renown went up, which is great. Complaints of Raffensvarder's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and oh my god, I'm never gonna pronounce this right. Raffensvarder's legs before heading into you. Banning him from drinking. Is that gonna work? Like, he's just gonna drink anyways, right? But it's probably not the worst idea. He's not allowed to drink alcohol. Raffensvarder groggily agrees, throwing his way through promises to... Okay, he's gonna be a problem. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes or go back to their business. Somehow you doubted it'll be long before Raffensvarder fires. Well, that's less good. But our morale is holding up for the moment, so we're fine. Dread, shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering towards you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surrounds Raffensvarder. I mean, we could kick him out. He's definitely dead if we kick him out. He's probably dead if we let the clansmen deliver justice. And there's almost certainly no dredge here, and this is just going to make us look like an idiot. So I guess we'll let the clansmen deliver justice? This is going to be a terrible idea, isn't it? A swift and brutal beating befalls Raffensvarder, one that leaves him begging for mercy. The next time he's offered mead, the man shies away in fear. As for the rest of the caravan, everyone seems pretty satisfied. Okay, there we go. I guess that is a solution. Probably not a great one, but it's there.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against dredge as well.
So we made it to a proper, well, proper-ish city. Got walls and everything. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellir for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good, says Rook. Why are there so many people in the fields? Asks Alette. We can't stay outside in the open like this, says Ivor. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? Asks Rook. It's overrun with Varl from Blotsbalker, Greyhorn, people people from Bytra, all the nearby villages. The dredge are everywhere, and the chieftain of Frostfellers locked himself in his great hall. That's when they closed the gates. When the dredge come, these hills will turn red, says Ivor. We have to get in there. We're getting in the walls somehow. I want to know more about what's going on. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. Where else could we go? I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and gates. We could find out what they know. How do we get in anyways? They closed the gate, says Alette. I can get that gate open, says Ivor. Let's see if there's another way before we start breaking down gates, says Oddleaf. I wasn't gonna break it. Just push. Really hard, says Ivor. Alright, we can take a look around here. Rest for a day, go look at heroes. See if there's anything good in the market. +2 will, +10% crit chance, +1 aggro. Ooh, one armor per turn. That's expensive, but probably worth it. Yeah, I think we're gonna grab that. We might hold off on buying supplies until we have a little bit better idea of what's going on in town. Actually, let's just bump our supplies up to... There. Spend a little bit on supplies, but hold on to the rest of our renown for the moment. You know, I guess this is a reasonably good place to call it for today. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.